you're not going to be able to create predictable revenue until you have predictable ways to generate leads over time. Because lead generation is your big lever to grow. You have a great product and great people, but you'll struggle unless you have a way to generate leads regularly. If you have great leads, you can get a lot wrong and still do pretty well. Now, the important idea is there's three types because there's pros and cons to each. Right? There's seeds, nets, and spears, right? And you should hopefully, for those of you who read the book, this should be you should remember this. This is one of the big ideas people love to take away. Again, updated this and expanded it in the new book. So seeds, word of mouth, right? Customer referrals, friends, family, any kind of relationship-based sale or lead. Okay, these are the best. Right? Pros and cons. Pro, these are the best. Fastest sales cycles, highest conversion rates. But the con is hard to grow. And usually the best way to grow it is through a customer success management program. Nets are marketing. We're broadcasting one to many. Okay, we're getting lots of leads, of which a small number might be a fit. And then outbound sales, outbound business development would be the spears, right? You have a human, they've got a target list of partners or customers. They're calling, emailing, going to meet with them in person, whatever they're doing to develop business with them, right? So pro, this is more of the quality over quantity, the spears. So all three are great, but depending on your business and your stage, you might be focused on, usually build one at a time, and someday you have all three. You don't want to usually try to do, each one can take quite a bit of time to get right, 6 months or more. Now the seeds, we want to, like a big change in the US and Silicon Valley is this appreciation that investing in customer success after the sale is not about, that customer success is not about customer satisfaction. The customer success is about revenue growth. What that means is usually whether you have customer support, it's usually about fixing problems, whether you have customer success, which is usually about preventing problems from being created in the first place. When you spend money, usually with people who are dedicated to making your customers successful, they may or may not have quotas. Either way, your customers should stay longer, you should get better testimonials and case studies, and they should upsell, cross-sell more, and more referrals. So it's investing in revenue growth. And most companies invest too heavy in sales early, and they don't invest enough in customer success. Most companies are too obsessed with new companies rather than how do we spend money to make sure our current companies are happy, our value we have, like our foundation is solid. Nets, I think everyone hopefully has seen a classic marketing funnel. So it's another difference between seeds, nets, and spears. Different funnels, different metrics. The idea originally came from thinking about board meetings. We're in a board meeting, there might be this decision, okay, we did $10 million last year with 1,000 leads. So if we want to double to 20 million, we need 2,000 leads. And that is not true because a lead is not a lead is not a lead. 100 referrals might be the equivalent of 2,000 marketing leads, right? So you know your metrics. You might say, hey, to double next year, we might need 5 times as many leads because it's different types of leads. So probably the main idea on marketing to leave you with is that why doesn't marketing have a quota? They should. And that helps focus them on what the business cares about, which is generating pipeline. You can invest in branding, but branding too shouldn't just feel good. It should also, at some point, turn into results. There's hard results like leads. There's soft results like people remember you better. But we don't want, marketing shouldn't be there just to make you look pretty. They're there to help you generate pipeline. So let's measure them on that. And lastly here, outbound prospecting or spears, whether you're prospecting for customers, whether you're prospecting for partners, depends on your market and your company. But again, different funnel. It should be recognizable from predictable revenue. Where in outbound prospecting, you're building a database, you're sending emails or making calls or maybe social activity. And ideally, you get some kinds of response rates and some kinds of call rates, some number of demos per month. the idea is, and this is what started Salesforce, and what we help companies do today is, if you can get, again, through outsourcing sometimes, but outsourcing is usually an interim bridge, like 6 to 12 months until you can build your own team anyway. But let's say you had 2 prospectors and they can generate, through a couple hundred conversations a month, they can do 20 demos, of which 3/4 turn into sales pipeline, of which 20% close. It's a very predictable way to generate revenue when this works well.